Hello and welcome to another video. It's Ultimate19 the morning. It's Ultimate Gamer 19,000. I'm here today to show you all how to build the ultimate Berserker Barbarian build in Baldur's Gate 3. Before the video gets started, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, let's just get right into it. So at level 3, the Berserker Barbarian gains its main feature, Frenzy. Your rage turns into a frenzy. You gain the following two as a bonus action. You can make improvised weapon attack as a bonus action too. But first, before I explain Frenzy and what it does, if you want to see what the Barbarian's class within itself does, then go make sure to check out the video that I released yesterday by the time you guys see this. Or the video I recorded 3 seconds ago by the time I'm recording this. So yeah, with Frenzy, you can do either Frenzy Strike or Enraged Throw. Frenzy Strike, we'll be completely ignoring that, and we'll be doing Enraged Throw. My fault. Pick up an item or a creature and throw it at a target. Deal additional damage and knocking it prone. Now, you may be asking, okay, why, once you want to do your normal striking feature, like, wouldn't you want to be able to do an additional attack? Well, I would if Tavern Brawler didn't exist. Tavern Brawler reads as such. Your strength and constitution ability score increased by 1 to a maximum of 20. Strength or constitution. When you make an unarmed attack, use an improvised weapon, or throw something, your strength modifier is added twice to the damage and attack rolls. So yeah, using Enraged Throw, we can get some pretty damn consistent throwing power. Now, so first, you're gonna want to be taking 5 levels of Barbarian, just using your Frenzied Rage, and just throw something. I'll get into the weapons we use later. And then at 6th level, you will take 3 levels of Thief Rogue to get fast hands, gain an additional bonus action, allows you to do an additional enraged throw, and lets you frenzy and enraged throw in the same turn now, which is really cool. So yeah. Now honestly, I would personally recommend taking an additional level of Rogue to get a feat. Now, honestly, this feat can be whatever you want. This can be an ASI. If you want to, you could max out your Constitution, have a really high Constitution. You might be asking, oh, why wouldn't we want to max out our Strength? Again, with this, especially with this build, using elixirs of Hill Giant is just so nice. Like, especially for early game. For early game, just being able to have a 16 and 17 constitution or 18 constitution with Tavern Brawler, having a 17 armor class is just it's so nice, especially when you're unarmored. That I personally would recommend just taking elixirs of Hill Giant and then eventually elixirs of Cloud Giant. And overall, Cloud Giant elixirs with Tavern Brawler, it's just disgustingly broken. And I mean disgusting. So yeah, next at level 6, we do gain something called Mindless Rage. While frenzied, you can be charmed, frightened, and calm emotions no longer end your rage. This is actually pretty damn nice. Not being able to be charmed is really useful during the House of Hope when you're fighting that one guy. When he charms your like teammate, and oh, it's just so damn annoying. And also, not being able to be frightened is pretty damn good. Now you do get your 10th level feature called Intimidating Presence, which on this build we won't be reaching, so yeah. And honestly, in most builds, you usually never reach past level 8 of Barbarian, if I'm being totally honest with you. Now, when I said you could get 8th levels of Barbarian, or if you want to, you could do 5 Berserker Barbarian, 4 Thief Rogue, and if you would want to, you could take some maybe. No, you couldn't, wait, could you? 5, that's 9. Yeah, you could actually take some fighter levels if you do want. If you want, you can take champion fighter. Or honestly, you can take whatever you want. But I think for the sake of this video, I would recommend just take all the rest barbarian. Gain more rages is pretty damn nice. And also, Battlemaster maneuvers do not work when you throw your javelin, when you throw your pike, which does kind of suck. So I wouldn't recommend Battlemaster nor Eldritch Knight. So maybe champion fighter, or I don't know, take a like a I don't know. Take a ranger. Yeah, take a ranger dip for a Gloomstalker ranger if you want to. No, yeah. Also, yeah, I wouldn't recommend taking any other dips. I mean, you could take a 2 fighter dip to get action surge if you want to. So like, I don't know if you want to, you could do like a 5 Berserker, and then 5 Berserker, 2 Fighter, 3 Rogue. And then there's 2 other levels there that you can take. Well, then I guess just take 4 Rogue and then what 3 5. I don't know. This build honestly you can take any one of those multiple stat spreads. They'll all work perfectly fine if I'm being honest. None of them are really necessary. This build in itself is still pretty damn strong and in a general sense. So yeah, for our main weapon for this build, it's gonna be the returning pike. The returning pike reads as this weapon will return to its owner when thrown. Yeah, that's it. That's all it does. And this is going to be our main weapon because we can just throw. You can get it really early in Act 1. Yeah, overall, it's pretty easy to get, and it's pretty cheap too. But now for our upgraded version of the returning pike, we have, I'm not pronouncing this. This can be done in Act 3 by the genie and reads as such. This weapon will return to your hand when thrown. You can't be forced to drop the trident. When thrown, the weapon creates an explosion that deals 3d4 thunder damage in a 20-foot blast centered on the target. This can hit your enemies and can even hit you. So overall, this feature can be kind of annoying, but it does work. It does work nicely. So now in one of my playthroughs, I actually permanently lost this. I threw it somewhere and never got it back. So I was literally using the returning pike to take on the Elder Brain, and trust me, I took on the Elder Brain perfectly fine. The brain didn't stand a chance. So yeah, it really, if you want to, you could just stay with the returning pike for this whole build, but you really don't have to. I mean, you could just stay with the returning pike for the whole build, so you don't have to use the Norella, especially if your allies are gonna get hit with the thunder damage. Next, for your armor, I would personally recommend the Armor of Agility. It reads as such. It's a 17 based armor class, and you can add your full dexterity modifier and a boost your saving throws by 2. This armor is pretty good for any barbarian, and decently cheap too. Next, we get the Bone Spike Helmet. This basically reads as such. When you're in rage or frenzy, hostile creatures in a 10-foot radius must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take 2d4 psychic damage. And you have a plus 2 to intimidation. This is just, and also you can do menacing attack too, which does it usable once per turn. The ability does not consume superiority dice. So yeah, overall, this is a pretty damn good what's this do? This is a pretty good helmet for barbarians. I mean, just being able to rage and deal some AoE damage is pretty damn nice. Next, we get the Cloak of Protection. This is honestly good for every build. It's a plus 1 to armor class and saving throws. Next, we got the Gloves of Uninhibited Kushigo. Basically, the wearer deals an additional d4 damage with thrown weapons attacks and with improvised weapons. Yeah, this is used because we're doing mostly thrown damage, so just having extra is really damn nice. Next, we got the Boost of Persistence. This grants the wearer the freedom of movement and long strider spells. An extra 10 feet of movement in a rage build, because sometimes when you're using a thrown weapon, especially inside, you kind of have to line up really weird angles, so having extra movement and being immune to any difficult terrain is really damn nice. Next, we got the Amulet of Greater Health. Again, I think in reality, you don't need this, but it's just the build benefits from it. Because again, it's like, who doesn't want to be a barbarian that has 19 trillion HP? Yeah, it's fun. Being a healthy barbarian is pretty damn fun. Finally, we have the Ring of Flinging, which allows you to do an additional 1d4 thrown damage. So yeah, that's today's build. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave any tips or tricks you have down below. And yeah, that's all from your boy, O219, signing out. Peace!